today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly touted Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indianapolis that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Lawrence. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Shoves him aside. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation making his first NFL start.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Richardson shotgun on third down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. to punt on 4th down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he's got room. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 67 yards. And the Jags are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. These two teams, division rivals, of course. And you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win. And the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. But the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville. And that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Richardson off the play fake. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Richardson back to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Richardson to throw. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Richardson. And that puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And some room to roam now. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on first down. He'll get this up to about the 44. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. What a play there by the first-round pick.
And, Brandon, that's why you invest in a linebacker like this. Not just his ability to make plays, but to make plays that get your defense off the field.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. 21-0 our score after one. Second and 7 from the 20. Now Lawrence to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Lawrence going to throw again. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On second down, it's Taylor. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First and 10, Taylor now to about the 26 here. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Third and long for Richardson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Gay's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Here's Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 50 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Taylor. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, here's Richardson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Richardson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go, his first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. That time a 6-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They'll run with Etienne, and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Richardson to the air on first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, back to the air with Richardson. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Down, 50, play.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Now Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lawrence. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Richardson. And he'll find Pittman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Richardson to throw off play action. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's a 3rd-year man from Utah, Zach Moss, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, Richardson to throw. And that going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, Richardson. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Richardson now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Richardson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Now Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding them to 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
Room here to run. Kwity. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
47 yards.
And the Colts have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
So here we go. The Colts will go for 2. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out come the Jags.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. On play action, Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
A late season breakout at the end of 2021 with the Raiders earned Zay Jones a big deal as part of Jacksonville's spending spree this offseason. And they'll need to keep up that kind of play in order to stand out in a crowded Jags receiving room. First downs like that, an excellent way to continue to earn more opportunities.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From midfield now, Lawrence. They'll get this off to ETN. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. ETN up the middle.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter time.
The kick by McManus is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Here's Richardson to throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
They'll run on 1st down with Moss.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Moss. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Gay's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 31, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw, Lawrence. Into the hands of Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne to the 27-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, Etienne. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by McManus is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Now Richardson.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Jacksonville, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.